Welcome back to Los Digital Season 2, guys. We are back. Today we're here in a new set. We ended up moving about like a month and a half ago. So this is going to be our new set at least for 2 years. So just be ready. You know, you can't get rid of us. I know we had a little run maybe last year, but we're here for Season 2 now. We're here to be more consistent and we're going to bring y'all a lot more content. So just be ready. And we have a special guest who's going to be here more than not. Digital Jeff, our father. So guys, how has it felt to just like be moving a lot these past couple of years?
It's been a little bit hard, I guess, because having to like start over like again and again, like with your routine and to like adapt to all of that. But I think right now it feels really good. It feels fresh. Like this house feels like it's like good vibes.
Dad talked to us about like how it was getting this house and picking this house in Laredo.
Well, for me, for the most part, experience. Like when I look at homes, I think about space, lighting. You know, I think like a filmmaker, but also think about the vibe that it gives out. And when I first walked into this place, the first person that I thought about was, and I just blanked out with his name, James Terrell.
Oh, James Terrell.
Terrell.
And I thought about the way the lighting hits at different times of the day, and I was able to, because of the realtor that I was working with, shout out Orlando, he allowed me to come see the house at different times of the day, and I realized that there's this peaceful light that is in this space throughout the day, and I fell in love with it because of the light. And I think a lot of people don't understand like the way light really affects you.
Yeah. And
the way it affects your mood and the way it affects the way you feel throughout the day, which then turns into like the way you felt throughout the month and the way you know what you did throughout the year.
It's like a little butterfly effect.
It's like a little,
I know, because like when you're like in a little dim room all day or dark room, it feels like sad. Or like that's why when it gets, what do you call it? Like rainy and cloudy, people feel sad.
Yeah, that's true.
Rather when it's like sunny and light, it like changes your moods.
Yeah, and I think for the most part, I wanted to have also a space that could inspire everybody in the house. So like you all have your own space, and you have your own space to create, your own space to just do what you want to do. You know, that little area. We call it what do you call it?
The greenhouse.
Yeah, the greenhouse area.
Yeah, that was real. That was real cool for you guys to build that. Like maybe y'all should talk about that.
It was Jordan's idea to do the greenhouse, but I thought it was
Just
really
so
nice because I've always wanted to get into plants.
And
so when you brought that up, I was like, yeah, I'm down to do that. And now it looks like before it was just like it was just like an empty space, and it was just kind of there, and there was like
it's like a little empty space where you put your like little. It's like in the kitchen, so where you put, what do they call it? Like breakfast tables.
Yeah.
So it was just empty there. So we decided to turn it into a greenhouse because there's windows like all around. So where like they get sunlight from there.
Yeah, we added a sofa, and then we went and got a bunch of plants.
We got a lot of plants.
Yeah, so now it's nice. And lights, we hung lights. And it was relaxing. I actually like to relax there better than like the living room.
Me too.
Yeah, those evening vibes there, and then the dogs are,
guys.
They're hanging out next to us. Point is, the idea is like when you get a space, it's very stressful when you move. Like we've moved like 3 times in the last 4 years.
That's 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So
damn.
It was, I guess it's very stressful, but at the same time, like when you go to this new space, it also gives you like a little checkpoint to restart and reestablish routines. Sometimes it takes longer to reestablish the routine. Sometimes it's actually more stressful. But I think at the end of the day, like just this last move allowed us to just pause for. It felt like a pause the last few months.
Yeah.
Me personally, I wasn't even posting content online. Just focus on business and focus on, having a fresh restart. And it felt great to be able to do it without like somebody rushing me to do things, or so just like when we move from state to state, you feel like you're rushing to the other side.
Yep.
And
so such a big move.
Going into different schools and different programs and stuff like that. But this felt more like a pause in the restart. So it's it's great to be here, and I think it's also cool that we have a studio that we can shoot, and
Yup.
looking
Yeah.
forward to being in the podcast with you guys.
Me too. We have our own studio now, guys. So this was like a whole process. We're supposed to film this episode like a whole week already.
Yeah.
But yeah, yesterday it was like a lot of learning curves. But me and Jay know how to set up a little studio now. So we learned that.
How's it been? Like, you guys learning? A lot of people think that you guys are just good at video because you guys are like my kids, but I'm like,
No.
that doesn't mean
No.
they want to do. In fact, I would. Well, that's a whole different story. But how does it feel like you guys actually like learning the ins and outs of production?
It's cool. I would say it's cool because we have like the 18 Mini Pro for our production, and that's something like none of us knew, not even freaking Digital Jeff. So like I was like, bro, I had to lock in and actually learn how to use this because like none of us know how to use it, and I have a short attention span. So yesterday we were like watching like a billion YouTube videos to try to learn how to use it and like connect it to different things that we have here to like make it work. And I was like, I actually have to pay attention, like, so I like,
Yeah.
because nobody has like the rule book right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're all blind to it.
And Jenny, you've been obviously editing for about 2 years now. You were the main editor for Steven Gibson,
Yeah.
and then now you're helping me edit all my reels, and Jordan as well. But how does that feel?
Honestly, I found it very difficult, like navigating through technology, because I feel like that just like it's just hard for me to understand, like,
She's a low millennial, that's why.
or like a boomer. No, but it's just like hard for me to understand that. So like when y'all were like fixing the cables and this, and like I honestly had no idea what y'all were like referring to. But I think like just like what Jordan said, like watching a bunch of like a bunch of videos, it like kind of sticks, but it does, like, it doesn't come natural to me. So but it's also very fun for me because I like to draw, like I'm creative in that sense. So I guess like creating and learning how to create digitally is really fun.
Yeah, and I think for the most part, I think you guys understand the importance of having these technical skills. Not that that's what you have to do for the rest of life, but it's cool to have an extra skill. Like,
Yeah,
you just never know.
It's good to know because we could have done it without the little 18 Mini Pro, but
it would have taken so
it
much
would have been a
longer.
whole other process that Jenny knows a lot about.
Yeah, I remember editing podcasts like I guess the traditional way, and I would say it's a lot more stressful than just this. I feel like it helps so much because it syncs all the audio together. And before it was like you had to like align everything perfectly, and then audio stop at one point, and then you have to like find a way to match it, and then sometimes it doesn't record. So it's like this whole process, but either way, like it's fun to do it. Like it's like a kind of like a stressful good, like whenever you're doing something and like you're just like, I just need to get this done, and like it feels like you, even though it may not be like that big, you've achieved something you didn't know before, and now you know and how to move forward with that.
And I feel like that's the nature of how successful people move. Whether it's big or small, whether they're gonna get a big reward, small reward, or no reward, they just the reward is actually them just actually being able to see it through, like actually come to life.
Yeah.
And for us to bring, like, even just building the set and buying the equipment that we needed and all that, like it was a process. But we came up with the idea, and then now it's real.
Yeah.
And then you get to see now the reasons we made some decisions is going to make your life just so much easier. So like
learn, or like they know like it's not helpful right now, but like I don't even know where I was going with that. But like yesterday, basically, I mean, I didn't know what that Y cord was that we needed. It's like a Y cord, I guess. That's what it's called. Because I was about to get the wrong one. And guys, we were out there like searching for a cord for like 30 minutes or like 40 when it was supposed to be like a 30-minute trip. But like, yeah, I was about to get the wrong one. And then I used like my good friend ChatGPT, and I was like, what inch does the 18 Mini Pro need for the mic input? And it was like a 1/8. And I was like, oh, I was about to get it the 1/4. So then we changed it. I had to find a new one.
How's it been like wearing the Meta AI glasses? I mean, you mentioned right now you just asking AI, like how you guys incorporate this into your dailies?
Honestly, it's really helpful for me because yesterday when can I tell them that I bake?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Okay, so I recently got into baking, and I'm trying to like obviously start a business with that. And as of right now, I have my sister and like one of her friends selling for me at school. And so I was just having trouble as to like how I should pay them, like how much and like how much I should give them, and then so where I could still profit and then still have money left over for to buy more baking supplies to like reinvest into that. And so I was using like I was like, can you help me like? And they just broke down a bunch of numbers because I can
Your glasses?
yeah like. And I was using the app as well, the Meta AI app, to help me. And honestly, like I was like, okay, this makes sense. And I love the music feature because also like it doesn't block out any like if someone's talking to you, you can still listen to them while listening to music. So I love that.
No, and another good thing is, so I've been wanting to like, I feel like I forget so much of my day sometimes, or like I want memories for when I'm older, because like we'll see like old clips, and I realized like I was like I don't have no memories in my phone. It's just random pictures, like there'll be random screenshots or something. So I was like, I want like the little things that I do on my day, like I remember like, oh, I did this there.
Yeah.
So every time like we're just doing it, I just start like we're doing something, I just press record. Like earlier I was doing like the taste test for that little mango lemonade. I was like, it's good to have for the future, like a little memory.
He kept doing the point of view day one of an influencer.
Yeah, I was doing my
Or
point of
yesterday
view.
he was like, hey Meta. Oh,
It activated mine, bro.
And he just kept asking me questions and I got so annoyed. I was like, shut up.
She was getting mad, but I was like,
Because-
what's in front of me? What's in front of me?
Because I was so overstimulated and this man was like asking me questions. I'm like, oh, just be quiet already. It's fun.
But yeah, it's gonna help me document my little memories that I want to have. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
I think
just,
it's very intuitive and just natural to just record things without having to
like take
pull
out your phone.
and like press the
Yeah.
record button.
Mhm.
I've actually recorded a lot more personal, I guess, day-to-day encounters
Yeah.
that I would have never recorded with an iPhone. And I think that's actually super powerful because, you know, when you think about memories, you think about the way you saw them and experienced them,
Mhm.
not from like, let's go take a picture.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's what, you know, having them at your eyesight from your point of view is just very intimate.
Yeah, and probably the best part about it is like, let's say, like a lot of times I won't record something or I can't record something because like my hands are wet or they're dirty. Here, all you gotta do is like maybe like do this and then like
Not even you
No,
can
not
just
even.
send
Down.
it.
for real.
Yeah, you could just be like,
I didn't even know
wanna
that.
say it
I did
because-
not.
So
You
you
get
can say like, hey, Meta,
Yeah.
record.
Yeah, record a video and it'll start recording.
Mine's recording. Is y'all? Oh, that's recording too. Is yours or no?
No.
Maybe we should shoot the whole podcast with the glasses.
For real, from our point of view, is day one of influencer. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's been day one for like 3 days now.
Cause every day's day one, bro. One day, day one. I don't know.
And which versions do you have, Jenny?
What do you mean?
Like which is the ones you have? The
What are they? They're on the boxes. It's Skylar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine are the headliners or headliners.
with the green tint, Neil, right? The green glass.
His yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then mine are the wafer, the traditional matte black. I actually wanted the transitions because I felt like the transitions is something I could literally wear all
Yeah.
day, especially like if I'm inside the lab, super dark settings.
Yep.
And it's really hard to actually take them off because you can listen to music, you can take phone calls. For me, I do a lot of phone calls, and having like either whatever AirPods or whatever headphones, it's not the same. Like this is just a whole other level.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. And not me. Like I always like to see like everything bright, or like I hate when I feel like everything's dim. So that's why like I wouldn't wear glasses before, but these are like they get the slide. Like I'll wear them because it's like
About like the cool features that it has.
yeah, it has so much cool features that I just want to wear them, and they look nice. So
Yeah, you have the you don't have the wafer, you have the headliners, right?
yeah, headliners.
So headliners, you have the Skylers,
Skylar,
and I have the wafer.
the wafer.
And they have a new app for these, right? Meta AI.
So yeah,
Yeah.
actually they introduced this app a few days ago, maybe like a week ago. I don't know,
Mhm.
but yeah. So
It's like the updated app.
it's the updated app that you can use also with the glasses, and it allows you to also like if I do like I don't know, like whatever prompt that I use, I can share with other people, like publicly, like on my feed,
Mhm.
or if I create an image or a video, I can share it publicly, and then people can go and remix that. Like, oh, like I like what Jeff did here,
Oh, okay.
or I like this prompt. Like, let's say you do a prompt for the business one you're using to break down your business. Like, you can share that publicly, and then other people
Oh,
can learn
yeah.
from you and be like, oh, I like what Genesis did here, but I'm gonna add, instead of like a baking business, I want to do it for my XYZ business and change up the numbers or whatever.
I don't know. You could do
And
that.
they could also like make photos, right?
Yeah.
like generate images.
Yeah.
Generate
generate-
images,
Really?
yeah.
That's cool.
Cause I was seeing like there's like a little feed section where you could see everybody, and then like if you go to your profile, you could like see public prompts, but like I don't have any, so I had to learn how to use it still.
Yeah, I'm still
I'm a
figuring
noob.
it out, but so far, would recommend.
Oh look, it's
Meta
blinking
AI.
quick because it's about to stop, right?
Yeah.
That's what it means.
That's what it means.
What can you tell?
Cause I could see it right here. Well, if I looked at it,
Like
Oh.
it starts right before it stops recording,
Mhm.
which is there's a 3-minute limit for, but you can press record again or whatever. But the point is, right before it stops recording, you can see it like start blinking like really like a lot faster than the slow blinking.
yeah. No, and the smart people got these ASAP because I was seeing like so many new videos, and like I knew about them, but like I didn't know like that much about them, I guess. But like they were uploading TikToks and everything, and like they all went viral. Like they're all viral. Or like there's this one guy, he's like the Grubhub coupon guy. He's like, oh, I have this Grubhub coupon, or what is it, Grubhub, I think. And like he'll just go take himself like on little single dates, but he'll wear the glasses to like record everything. Yeah, and he always like gets his food for like $5 because of his coupons. But yeah, he like gets all his content from the glasses. And that's it.
That's cool.
And he has like millions of followers now. I think millions of followers.
I mean, I think it's a good
That's smart.
way to create content for sure.
Mhm.
100%. It's just easier to record, to film.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. I think there's a lot of use cases of being able to using for like day-to-day conversation. So if you have a specific theme page or something of a specific whatever topic that is, you can do a series just by wearing the glasses, recording, talking to people about that topic without needing a cameraman or without needing somebody
I know.
like whole production set or everything. Go straight to your phone and you can upload it right away.
Like me, what I want to do is me and Jenny run Big Back Eats. We're chefs, guys. We're trying to be chefs. So we run Big Back Eats, and what I want to do is like I want to film videos with the glasses of me just cooking the food and prepping it. That way I can use it like to promote the dish. It's because we do dishes of the week, and it'll be like the dish of the week. And if I had this maybe like 3 weeks ago, it would be so convenient because I was trying to make a video, but I was like, Mom, come record me. So I was like, my mom was recording me, but she was getting so impatient. She's like, I'm tired. Tell me when to come back. And I was like, just wait, just give me like 2 seconds, bro. Because I was doing like,
she's a momager.
she's a momager, yeah. And I was like, it's because I was doing chicken and I was like seasoning stuff, so I couldn't like record and like do it at the same time. So I was like, just do it for me, please. But now all I gotta do is like click, and then that's it. It gets everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to what you guys do with that type of content.
Me too.
Yeah, but you guys should actually let's talk about Big Back Eats and let's talk about from scratch.
Scratch.
What do you want to do first?
Okay, guys. So Big Back Eats, basically, we try to come up with like a catchy and fun little like name,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
the age of gluttony right now.
we're in the age of gluttony, so we have to relate to the age of gluttony, and that's what we did. Big Back Eats. So, how would you say our point, or what is it called? Like the point of Big Back Eats, or well,
So what is
our thing.
So okay, so let me interview you guys.
Okay.
So if you can explain what Big Back Eats is for y'all, like what is that?
Okay, so they're really homemade, delicious meals that only come twice a week.
Twice a week, yeah.
Twice a week. Well, it's like we have a monthly menu now, and each week there's different dishes, and which are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you can only get those dishes on that month or that week. So it's like these dishes are very specific, and like it's not like an everyday thing. Like
Yeah.
they're
So-
made to be special, I guess.
So let me ask a question. Like, if I order from you guys, like let's say, what's the next thing on the menu?
Oh, we haven't made this one's menu, but
Oh, my camera died.
No.
So-
Yeah, let me switch the battery. But so basically, like,
uh-huh.
can I order this? Can I order the same thing every Tuesday, Thursday?
No.
No. Because there's
it's a new-
different dishes every week.
So
Yes.
okay, so say that. So that there's a new dish every week. And stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Because I keep getting brain rot.
Okay, so basically, we make 2 dishes a week, and each dish is different. So you can only get it once a month, and it's not even guaranteed for it to come out the following month either.
Yup.
So it's, and
So we tell you it's a bestseller, or don't miss out. We really mean don't miss out, because you never know when it's gonna come back.
yeah.
It's like when your favorite crumble cookie, doesn't come back, does not come back, and you've been waiting months for it.
Oh.
The s'mores cookie, okay?
I'm not gonna lie, when
Keep
Dad
going.
asked the question, I misunderstood the question.
Why?
Because I thought he was referring to,
What was the question?
I don't even remember. But I just remember thinking that, like, what does it mean to you? Or, like, why did you start?
Because I've always loved, I love food.
Mhm.
Personally, our whole
You know
family
that?
loves food. We're all foodies, and I always see like dishes that I crave so bad. I don't know where to find them, or I don't know where to get them, or I don't know where, like, I want the food to look exactly how it looks like
On
on
camera?
TikTok, or I wanted it to be like that. It has like some good ass melted cheese on it, or like it just looks really good, really
I don't
good.
know how much.
And like if you go to a restaurant, you won't find that,
That's
or
true,
you
we
might
won't.
find it. So like we could do that. We create those dishes that people want, but like they're like, oh, I have to do it myself at home because I don't know where to find it. You can find it over here.
I was gonna say that I don't know how much of like foodies we were until John said, like, he's like, you and
John
your
is her
fam-"
boyfriend.
Yeah, John is my boyfriend. But he was like, y'all love food. Like, he's like, I like food, but he's like, y'all have like a different passion for food. Like when it comes to food, like y'all, he's like, you have like your palate is like, cause me, I love to like not criticize food, but more like, cause everybody will be like, oh, this is so good. It's like so, like they overhype it. Like
Yeah.
Jordan always overhype.
Well, I
it.
like everything. I'm a hype of everything. So
Yeah.
just saying.
And then I tried and I'm like, it's good, but like this is how you can make it better.
She thinks she Gordon Ramsay.
No, it's just,
Critiquing the food.
I mean, it's good, but yeah, that's when I was like, damn, we actually really do love food because there's nothing that we don't like.
Yup.
I guess the reason why I want to get into food is just, I feel like it's a love language for me. Like making food for others
Yeah.
is definitely a love language. Also, especially baking, but I think baking it's a little bit different because even though it's really
Yes,
as I'm
it's-
baking, everything is just.
We need the Tesla robot in our house to clean those dishes. Please.
But like it's really calming for me as I'm going. Like it doesn't feel stressful. It doesn't feel as stressful as it looks.
Mm-hmm. You're
And
like
then-
Izzy Stevens.
But I guess like the end result as well because desserts are so pretty, like the way they look.
If you make them pretty. Jenny
Pastries.
takes her time to make them pretty and actually puts
I take a lot
effort into designing how they look.
because also like when you make something, and then it's like when I go to you, Dad, and I'm like, can you try it, right? And then you're like, nah, I'm fasting, and I'm like, oh. I guess seeing the reaction on people's faces when they try something that I make, like knowing that I can bring that, like that feeling, like, oh, it was good. I guess it's just when you try something that's like, this is amazing. Like I want that. But damn, it sounds like I want validation, huh?
Yeah.
No, and I think for the most part, like me, I'm actually very conscious of when you bring me something, I always try to
Yeah.
eat it.
Try
I
it.
actually appreciate that a lot. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And it does mean like it does feel special when you bring me something, whether I'm your guinea pig or whether you just hey I made this for you. It's amazing to experience that, and sometimes it happens like a few times, maybe like 3 times a week, or sometimes even more. So it almost becomes where I'm used to like you bringing me something, but not that I am expecting it for
Yeah.
any. So if you don't bring me something, I'm not gonna feel bad, but I think it does feel. I understand like this idea, like when you said right now, love. It's a love language. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's like when she treats me, or
Yeah.
just whether I'm testing something out for you or not. Like regardless, like you thought about me and you brought me something, and I've actually broken my fast a lot of times because
of Jenny.
Yesterday with
yeah.
the.
Yesterday actually is one of my favorites. Which one was that one?
Oh,
It
that was
was-
real good.
It was a Biscoff cookie. So a cookie is a croissant and a cookie combined together. So you cut the croissant through the center and then you layer it with cookie dough and then on top as well. And then you just bake it.
Oh, it was a croissant. Can you make
Yeah.
more?
Yeah.
Because I got a little
Yeah,
bit-
and I was actually craving it. I didn't know that you only made 2. I always think you're gonna make like a batch. I didn't know you only made 2. So when I said, "Oh, I'm still fasted. I don't want to
Yeah.
break my fast yet," and then I ended up breaking it anyways, like 30 seconds later. Which by the way, I recorded that on my.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did.
I did recorded the whole thing on the glasses, but see how easy it is to record on the glasses.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
anyway, my point to that is like once I realized that there was only 2, Mom had already finished all of it, so I only had 1 bite, And I've been thinking about that. I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I love all the other ones too.
Yeah.
I had like favorite, and then like I think that one went straight to the top.
I think that one, I've heard that one competes, the Biscoff cookie competes with the s'mores one, because the s'mores one is my bestseller. But every time someone tries a Biscoff, it's like, oh, I don't know, like this one might just beat it. Because I feel the same way about it too. I don't know. I don't know what it is about the Biscoff. Oh, like I didn't make a batch because I had leftover cookie dough, and those are my last 2 croissants. I was like, so I was just experimenting with that. So
Yeah, and I think it's very important for like
experimenting.
touch upon this like idea of like doing just research, like R&D for your
oh my
for your
gosh.
business.
I think yesterday, you know how we were running around trying to like find the cables and stuff? That reminded me of, obviously like in a different way, because it's like baking and then like this, but it,
Does it challenge you? Does it?
yeah, it challenges you in a way that I feel like, I don't want to like say like regular jobs are bad. They're not, right? But it challenges you in a way that like a regular job wouldn't, because like when I would work before like at Dollar General, like it's kind of just like, okay, you do this and that, okay, perfect, you get it done. But this, it's like, okay, well, we need to do a podcast, right? It's like, okay, we need to set up, okay, then we need this, oh wait, we don't have this. And I feel like it's the same thing with baking. It's like, you need to buy things to make the cookies, right? Okay, then what are you going to put the cookies in? And then how are you going to package it? How are you going to make it look pretty? How are you going to make it, how are you going to present it to people in a way that they're going to find it visually pleasing? And it's like, there's so many things that like you have to think about before you can actually even just present the product to somebody.
Yeah, and that's been part of like your R&D process.
Oh yeah, that was your question.
Yeah, so
I was like ramble.
no, but that, I mean, you kind of answered it, and I think just to, because I've seen you go through this whole experience.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like there's times where I feel like I can give you the answer. At times, not everything, but there's times where I can give you. But I always enjoy the process of you guys thinking, what do I got to think about? Like, because you don't even know what to look at. That's even, you're still far like behind. I seen the way you both have grown in this process, whether it's from Big Bag Eats, where you guys doing this together, or from scratch. It's like, okay, product is not just like, oh, I like it.
Yeah.
How is it like, how do we, like one of the things that I saw you struggling, it's like 4 a.m. the other day, and you're like, oh, I can only scale 12 at a time.
No, I can only bake 5 at a time, and each one takes 20 minutes. Each batch, I guess, takes 20 minutes to bake. I can only bake 15 cookies in an hour, and it was like, I was so tired. And then you have to let the cookies sit, and then you got to put them on the rack so they won't get soggy. And then it's like all these other things that I think about. So it's not just. But I would say it's really rewarding as well, because it's like, at the end of the day, it's like you made it, like this came from you. And I think that's what I would say, like where my fulfillment comes from. It's like, it's mine. Like you guys enjoy it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a labor of love, but I enjoy doing it.
And you make money.
You're like Griselda from, you've seen Griselda, right, or no?
No.
Sofia Vergara. Griselda, where she like becomes like the distributor for all the cocaine coming in from Colombia.
Oh, I think I saw.
It's based on a true story, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah. No, it is based on a true story. So her actual name is Griselda, but it's played by Sofia Vergara.
Yep.
But it's like Genesis, like with the cookie business, like cookies, cake pops, all these like different things that you're selling.
Yeah.
And then you have the people like distributing for you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You're trying to figure out how to cook more at the same time. What better ingredients? Like, oh, this is actually better than this one. This is why. Hey, why don't we add this protein for the fitness people?
Yeah.
So that's the way I kind of see you working, and it's exciting to see like the way it's evolved over. How long have you been doing this now? How long has it been going now?
September. I think it was like early, like before the new year. But it was in the early stages, because I remember Giselle sent me a photo of like how the s'mores cookie looked before. I was like, that looks disgusting. Like if somebody told me so if somebody told me that they made this at home and they were selling it, I would probably say no. Like definitely not.
I would buy it.
But they're so good. They just look like, now they look so much better than it.
Going back to like Big Bag, it also touches with from scratch. Like so, like you never know if you're gonna be able to order that plate again. Or it's actually really hard to get this food made from y'all. Like if I want to eat your food, you pretty much have to be within the same city, because right, so you can't really, so you haven't, like that's kind of like the hard part of like scaling this to people like that are probably watching it from other cities, but from scratch, you do have something coming up where you'll be able to, people will be able to like become monthly subscribers and actually like get them shipped out to them.
Yeah, I've been working on online. I've been working on building my website online, and that too is sometimes I'm like it's like the website. I have to work on the website. Like I have to focus. It's like you gotta sit down and really like you have like focus on it, because like usually I'm like, oh, baking, like okay, I gotta bake, but then it's like, oh, I need to do that too. So that's why I said like earlier on, like I have a hard time like.
Is it already up and running though, or is it
Yeah, so it's part of like she's still in the process of like all the decision making from the packaging, how to ship it out, like
before she could even
price points to make sure that's makes sense for her. So ideally, like eventually, and the reason I'm sharing it with or asking about it is because I'm assuming people are watching it like, how do I order? Oh, you can't order right now.
Yeah,
but there is going to be eventually that.
Which I'm excited for.
Yep, I told her to put her cookies on TikTok Shop whenever she can, because you can get a lot of sales there.
Yeah.
Well, anywhere, but there specifically too.
Yeah, I was like yesterday. I was like actually writing down everything that I actually need to do before it actually gets up. So I want to say by like June, it should be up and running.
Like the website or everything, like shipping and all.
Yeah, like everything.
Oh, that's like a month away.
Yeah, because when I posted I think it was I wasn't sure the posting cookies or not, but like I posted it on my story, and I had thousands of people just like message me, and that's why I was afraid to post something, because that's normally what happens. They start asking me where I don't have the answers to how to respond to it.
Yep.
So normally when I promote something, like whether it's for a friend or for myself, I wait till like it's ready, and I've already tested it out and everything works smoothly. Then I'll promote it. Not always the best thing to do, but sometimes you have to tease things. You got to find ways to like find the balance there. But I was afraid. That's what I was afraid of. And I saw like your handle had like 800 people had like hit it.
Damn.
So
really?
Yeah, I don't know. Did you get followers that day?
I did get followers, and it was like
how much?
I don't know. I know your friend Braven. Followed me, and then this other lady, she was being a bodybuilder. I think she was like an influencer kind of, because she had like a lot of followers.
Yeah. So let's we need to finish. We need to wrap it up. This is a great first episode. Let's wrap it up. We had a few topics to talk about. A lot of things we're gonna when I'm here, I want to talk a little bit about what I do in AI, in the AI space, in the tech space. So you guys had a few things, a few videos you guys worked on. Let's talk about those.
Okay.
So this really interesting one that we worked on was probably the craziest, one of the craziest ones, because it's about robots running a half marathon in Beijing, which is, if you really think about it, is crazy, because some humans will never run a half marathon in their lives, and like for a robot to go and do it is crazy.
It's like man-made.
It's man-made, and he's running more than you. And not only one robot ran it, there was 24 robots.
21 robots.
21 robots. Only six completed the half marathon, but 21 were able to like go out there and like get the approval, like, okay, you're gonna run a half marathon.
Yeah, I mean,
and they looked excited to like run it. They didn't have emotions, but they were like definitely like showing some type of excitement, right?
Yeah.
They were like waving to the fans and everything.
Damn, what the hell?
But yeah, that was crazy. And there was like one top running robot, which was,
I forgot his name.
I know it.
It's just
Squanto.
Ultra. Something with
Ultra?
Yeah, something Ultra, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And his time was 2 hours and 40 minutes. I don't know what the pace is on that. I would say that's really impressive, because like usually if you use your phone for a while, it'll like overheat. Or like if you use your laptop or computer, it'll overheat. So like the thing that like a robot, like a life-size human was running for 2 hours and 40 minutes without stopping is that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be the last time. There's gonna be a marathon probably next. Give it like a month or something.
How do you guys feel about robots in general? Like, do you have like, is there any part of you that fears them, or like you're excited about them? How do you guys?
I'm more excited about them because like there's all that talk about like they're gonna take over, they're gonna take our jobs, and all that stuff. But I think it could happen. But if that happens, then there has to be like a way for like humans to still exist like successfully. Like there's no way like they're just gonna wipe out everything like that we've built. because they came from us first to be like.
Yeah.
So there's still gonna be a way for like us to be successful. Like there has to be a way. Like technology is gonna evolve that much that like maybe we're not gonna need to work at all. Like that's the way like life is gonna be. So I don't know. There has to be a way about that. And like our next topic, this one I want to see how you feel about it because you're like the AI guru. But
Oh, me?
yes, right?
Yeah, go for it. Say it.
This company named Massive Blue, they have this Overwatch that's ran by Massive Blue, and basically this project is there is these online AIs or AI generated
fake
personas, yes,
Yeah.
and they're being used to like
Catch criminals.
and they'll act as like trafficking victims, so like to catch the criminal.
They're used as bait.
They're like trying to bait, but like there has been talk about them like overstepping with like their boundaries, what they're supposed to do, like, and people are saying like it's attacking like our First Amendment rights.
Yeah, it's like our privacy,
Yeah.
The whole concept with this, like,
But like, how do you feel like that? Something that is supposed to be made for like a good cause is like overstepping their boundaries. Do you feel like it was intended to do that, or with the way technology and everything's evolving in AI, like that it just is happening?
with AI and almost any technology, like there's always going to be part of it, a percentage of it's going to be some type of bad actors or mistakes that are made. A lot of it's not intentional. A lot of these things happen because of the nature of like learning something. But where it gets dangerous with AI, specifically with AI, is that we don't have the means to control, or we don't actually understand exactly how it actually works. Part of the studies that are being done right now is to be able to understand fully the way AI actually works. It comes up with new things. It's like, think about it like they're doing like an MRI on the way the AI thinks.
Yeah.
And that's gonna take years to
do.
And
But
by that time, AI might have evolved so much that it might be
we
out of
can't catch
control.
up.
Yeah, so that's probably like there's obviously like part of me that feels that there things like that nature could happen regardless of whether we had that intention or not. So obviously, like humans don't want to end humanity, so we're not creating something to end humanity. But because of the greed or these trying to speed things up to beat the competitors, we're experimenting with things that we don't fully understand, and that could be completely out of our control.
Like it could be dangerous, you think?
Yeah, it could possibly be dangerous.
Wait, but I don't understand. Like, how do they not understand? Like how that? Like how do people not or like the smarter people? Like how do they not understand how AI works if like they're the ones who created it?
They understand how they've made it come together. They know exactly what they need to continue this, but there's things that it doesn't understand. Like it doesn't understand fully 100%. Like I don't know what a good analogy with this, but like for example, what's a good analogy? I can't think of an analogy right now, but ideally, like there's things that we still don't understand of how it actually comes. So that's the scary part, and because we're in a competitive environment where every country now, every company now is trying to be superior than the others when it comes to this technology. They're pushing it to its limit to where there might be a point where they can't come back.
That's crazy.
That's like the worst type of case scenario where it does take over all the robots. So imagine us having these robots in our house, which we will have a robot in the next probably 6 months. We'll have somebody helping out here, a producer, a digital producer. So these robots will be able to somehow be connected to, a bigger entity. So that entity could eventually take over. That's like by the way, this is all hypothetical, worst case scenarios. It could take over.
And are you like more excited or more scared if that were to happen?
Well, I think there's parts of me that feel excited about the future in the sense of how we can actually live in a more abundant way, and where like poverty doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I think technology could fix that. But also part of me feels that we can figure that out also without technology. And I don't know if it's worth it. Like the reason we're pursuing this is because of the economics of, for example, like America being the superpower it's been the last 80 years, 100 years. Like it wants to stay there. So this new form of technology like robotics and AI allows us to create products there, create in the States versus the way, right now we have cheap labor coming in from other countries. Eventually, we'll need that in 2-3 years when these robots are building iPhones and chips and computers and furniture and everything you can think of. You don't really need cheap labor anymore because a robot can run a marathon and nonstop, right? You guys said it right now.
Yeah.
You've seen it right now. See how it can work more than a human. Doesn't complain.
Damn.
Doesn't need anything. Doesn't need insurance benefits. Doesn't need a mental break. It just keeps going. So yeah, I see the possibilities of it fixing a lot of the things that us humans, a lot of the problems that us humans face right now, where we go into this abundant reality that we all can be living in a different way. And I think those are like the things that it kind of gets me excited, but also like it's also kind of scary because the reasoning behind is not so much because we care about every citizen. Like the people making it doesn't care about every citizen in the world. They care about them. That's the scary part.
Yeah,
See what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna ask, like, because they say, like, people always say, like, oh, like, robots are going to take over and whatnot. But if they, like, let's say if they actually do, like, not take over in a bad way, but, like, where they just kind of, like, where all the jobs are kind of, like, taken up by them, like, what does that mean for, like, humans? Because in my head, I'm like, okay, well, like, if robots if we don't need to work, right? Like, if it's not necessary, like, I don't think, if the majority of people, like, if there's no jobs for people, and then, like, obviously we won't have money, like, how do things run then? Like, can we just live life then? Or what does that mean?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, if it was to be like that, I feel like they would have a plan for us too.
Yeah, they're not
Unless
just
they're
gonna
like
let us,
that evil.
I mean,
like,
I don't think they would let us just kind of,
because we're the humans. Like, there's no way.
Well, think about it like this. As those are all great ways of thinking about it. As obviously, like the way I like to think about it, these things, like, okay, why do we need money for? To buy things, but what if all things are being made by robots to the point where you don't need to have money? What if,
that's what I mean.
So I believe we're coming to the age where we'll be able to think of something that we want and it'll be available for us. Yeah, like that thing you just did right now. Like, yeah, like
Or just spawn in front of us like that.
yeah, it'll spawn in front of you. So
Bag of Takis.
yeah,
bag of that's a big bag.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, and I think like it's funny we're saying this right now because this morning I saw a video. It was posted at Metaverse. Shout out Roberto. It was a video of a robot just freaking out. It's like it looked like it was raving, but it was actually like it looked like it was trying to attack the engineer that was working on them. And it's a little glimpse of like what happens when a robot just starts attacking you.
They get emotions.
And then
get
what
mad.
happened? Like, what got with him?
The video cut off, but I'm assuming that it probably got disconnected. It looked like it was connected to something, so it might have been. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, like one of my favorite
Coven.
movies, Terminator, right? Like
Terminator.
That's what the movie's about. But no, I think for the most part, I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about.
Me too.
I think that the right people, for the most part, like leading the different companies that are leaders in the space, have good intentions overall. For humanity and for.
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah, no, I think it's exciting to see what's coming next, and I think we're gonna be at the forefront for sure. Like when we get a robot, we'll have him sit down here
with us.
Yeah, and yeah. Anything else?
When you were mentioning Roberto, I was seeing the videos you sent me, and I had seen one where he posted basically like how he's like, you see these people on social media, and they're not real though. They're like, this is AI. Every video is AI. All the videos she makes are like, it's an AI person and like AI generated, AI caption. The person talking is probably AI too. And like, it was basically the format that we kind of wanted to do too. It was like that. And then like one of the comments were like, it's like the dead internet theory. And I was like, what is that?
The dead internet theory, you never heard of this?
No, what is that?
That like everything's are like, the internet's dead, right? Do you know how to explain it? I only knew a little bit about it, but like, I'm still so confused about it.
Yeah, I've actually done whole scripts on the dead internet theory. And the best way to explain it is basically like everything that's created for the internet is being created by some form of a bot. And even the likes, the comments, the like, let's say somebody will post a website with an article. The article will be written by technically AI, or even if it is a person, nobody's actually reading it. because there's no interactions in there. And then there's like the comments on that post, they're all like bot generated. And there's nothing really real about the internet. Everything's pretty much fabricated. There's no real people behind it. And when you start thinking about it, you actually start visiting like sites like, okay, what is this? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to explain. I need to revisit the whole topic again because I forget I might not be explaining it right, by the way.
Wait, so it's saying that nobody on the internet is real, or what is it saying?
Yeah, because
Like influencers and stuff?
no. The internet, like not necessarily like social media apps, like the internet itself, like www.thinkofawebsite.com.
Okay, guys, that is it for today's episode on Los Digital Season 2. So I want to thank you guys for watching.